How's it going, guys? It's Burgos here and welcome to another Heroes of History Epic Empire video. Today I'm going to talk about the campaigning and how the campaigning is actually lying about your progress. Now, Heroes of History campaigning progression feels painfully slow for many new players, but most players, Heroes of History accounts are not actually stuck. They are ignoring the real progression systems entirely. So I'm going to talk about in this video for the progression systems and how by counting over the campaigning for your progression is not actually the right approach. Let's start with the first thing, and this is you're not actually stuck. Many Heroes of History players think campaigning slowdowns mean account failure. And to be fair, even I don't spend that much attention to my campaignings. Right now I have little more stamina, so I really want to spend this stamina at the end of the day. Going to be over here and going to be something like this. So yeah, I'm going to spend like 1000. But here is the thing with the campaignings. People are thinking, okay, if I don't finish, let's say this campaigning here, that means I do something wrong with my account. I actually need to go and find some guides and etc. Which, you know, going for some guides is some extra information for you, which is going to increase your skills at the end of the day. But in some campaignings, you should not measure your progress with the campaignings. Sometimes you're going to face something like this, a hero with a Robin Hood and a healer. Well, this is maybe a campaigning that is going to be hard for me right now, but this is not the real progression of the account. This is the main point. Now, campaigning walls are progression checkpoints, not account ending mistakes, and Heroes of History rewards long-term system optimization over instant speed. And the new players expect non-stop action instead of layered progression. Whoops. What I mean by that is this is also the games are a little guilty over this, because they set this you should always go and have some fights to go with, some activities when you log in and etc., which is not the right approach at the end of the day for the game, because at one point at the beginning there is dopamine hits, and this is what the games are doing. They're making the building one house for like a couple seconds, right now is hours and etc. So at the beginning you have these dopamine hits non-stop, and at one point when the things naturally slows down because the building time increase, the heroes level of the skills timing increase, everything with the time get increased, and the people start thinking maybe they are failing there, but in reality it's just a normal way how this game is actually working. Now, the main city is not the real game. This is the other thing. So the campaigning is not actually showing you accurate how far is your progression. The main city is also not. Now, for what is actually this city right here you're seeing? People are thinking this is the other progression, getting the city. But what the city is giving you, first of all, food. This is the thing with the food. You have these farms. With this food you can go and basically level up your heroes. The main thing with your account is actually your heroes, relics, and the other thing that we're going to spoke in this video. So here maybe I'm going to level up Medusa, making her like level 16 because I have so much food. Okay, level 70. So this is what one of the purpose of this city layout you're seeing is going to give you. The other one is going to be the gold. With the gold, you can basically buy more houses. You can buy these things that is giving you suns or flowers or whatever is this thing. That make the buildings happy. Why you actually need these buildings? Is for these buildings. Now, this is the other other building that your city is important for: leveling your heroes' skills. So you have food from the city to level up the heroes. You have these barracks where you can train your heroes. The other thing that is needed, the city layout, is also for the gear. As you can see here, you can get also some gear, daily limit. I can max this thing. And no, I actually need that goat for the moment. But yeah, this is the other thing that your city is good. Is also for the gear. Something else, maybe I'm going to miss something. Don't get me wrong, but the city layout is in support for your heroes. Now, main city progression support heroes instead of replacing gameplay system. Again, the city is supporting the heroes. This is the only purpose of the city. You're not going to, the progression of your city don't matter that much. It matters how much food is providing for your heroes, how much training points is providing to your heroes, and basically everything what is providing to your heroes. City upgrades mainly improve resource flow and account infrastructures, basically your account infrastructure. Hero battles drive actual progression much harder than building upgrades. Alias culture become the real active gameplay whoop surprisingly fast. So yeah, the Alias cultures. Now the Alias Cultures is an event that is like for 4 or 5 days, and inside you can get pretty decent amount of summonings. This is one of the things. There is a chest inside with decent amount of resources. Also you get some experience point, you get food, 360k food. What else? You get some shards for legendary antimatter. I mean, there is just so many things you can actually get from the allied cultures, and it's speed progression. You're going to receive them very, very fast. On top of that, you can go and do some summons with this Egyptian antimatter that currently I'm looking at, and etc. The other place is going to be treasure hunt and arena. Right now I have to do my arenas and treasure hunt. I see some points that is already generated in the elite arena and the arena. And I did some progression in the treasure hunt, but the treasure hunt is also very good place for your progression. Right now I'm trying to do veteran 2. It's a little hard, to be fair. I still didn't fully finish it, that one, but I'm getting these coins. With those coins, I can go and from the treasure shop buy some very nice things. One of the things I buy is this fountain of youth. That if I go on my city, let me just yeah, this is the fountain of youth. Is going to give me right now. I can even level up this one. Is going to give more suns. And it's going to be, yeah, as you can see, yeah, it's getting in. It's providing me with a shards. What I mean by that is every day I get 9 of these shards, antimatter pieces, and 2 of this, research potion. And I can continue further till, this is one of the great buildings in this game. And it can go from the treasure hunt. The other thing you can receive from the treasure hunt for your progression supporting the heroes is also more summoning, so you're getting more heroes. From this part here, you can get one folio, which is also supporting the hero. Here you can get combat points, 14k combat points, also supporting the heroes. And finally there is this bad boy where you have a chance to get 5% chance to get this fountain of youth or 220 coins. So this is also a great supporter for your account progression. Here I buy this folio for 1k and I get some legendary shards also. At the end of the day, the folio is one of the bottlenecks for the heroes. So yeah, this is the other place. This is the treasure hunt. The line 20s later, I still don't have actually. I think I don't have a 20s, but okay, let me check it out. We have the arena, we have the, yeah, I don't have it. Now treasure hunt, also for the gear. Gear is also very important for your heroes and boosting the power of your heroes. Everything, everything is around your heroes. Now, alias coachers are massive account value. I want to point out this thing because alias coacher reset quickly, but provides enormous temporary progression accelerations. Weekly coacher generate rewards far faster than the main city progression. And by main city progression, we're talking about, for example, the farm. This is a farm that is going to, for 3 hours, generate me 5.5k production for 3 hours. For 30 hours is going to be 50k. This is like 1 day and couple hours and 6 hours. Till from the last coachers we saw that I can get 360k just on one level. So way more food, way more gold, station materials, also this type of materials that currently is needing for me to go on the other level. I need like 4,000 of this salt, brother, and this wells to actually continue my progression. I'm stuck it, you know. So this is also very nice for your progression. It's still going to give you a lot of these materials, and this is in the short amount of time. Just allied coachers is very important. Also is going to give you extra summons. Now, ignoring alliance coachers creates permanent scaling disadvantage later. What we mean about permanent scaling is when you go for the Egypt event, for example, Cleopatra, S tier hero Ramses, okay, maybe it's not exactly S, but close to S tier Menace, the best epic hero. So if you don't go and farm these summonings, your account is going to be behind, because after like 200 summons, I'm going to get a legendary hero. And every 2 summons, I'm going to get one of these legendary heroes here. As you can see from the PT mechanic, I have separate video on my channel about the PT mechanic. If you want to go and check it out on my channel. If the first 5-star hero you get is not the promoted hero, the next 5-star hero you get is the event, or from this event is guaranteed to be one of the promoted heroes. So you see, every 2 times you're going to get either Ramses or Cleopatra at the end of the day. But this is not the main point. The main point is also resources, also station materials, also buildings materials, also research materials. All these things you actually need for your account. So don't ignore allied coacher, because they're massive account of value at the end of the day. Now, campaigning speed is not account strange. This is the other thing. There is some campaignings that is very hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard. Till this moment, I know like 2 or 3 of these very hard campaignings. I see people are asking, yo guys, how to pass this campaigning? And yeah, I mean, everybody's having some specific struggles. I have right now struggles with this campaigning, where I basically have to fight against Achilles and Robin Hood, and they even have a healer, which is Nea, and bunch, and also there is okay, 77 both riders. Okay, this is not exactly a Tiwa, but yeah, I struggle here. At one point I'm going to go and try to pass it, and when you pass this specific campaigning, the next 30 campaignings can be extremely easy. So no easy peasy, but there is a places where just the people can feel stuck at the end of the day. So yeah, so far, yeah, this will be for this video. Little short overview over the campaigning. and why the campaigning is lying about your progress, because this is the first thing every player is going to see. Here I'm going to put one other video that can be also interesting for you guys. Don't forget to hit one like on the video, and if you want to support my channel, you can become a member and get early access to my member only videos and streams. So far, I wish you a great day and see you in this next video.